What if the ugliest rock you've ever seen was actually worth thousands of dollars? Not the shiny gems in stores. I'm talking about muddy nodules, rusty stones, heavy black rocks people ignore every day. Because inside some of them are got opal, jade, turquoise, even diamonds. Today, I'll show you what hides inside these ordinary stones and the secret signs gem hunters use to know which ones are worth breaking open. To most people, it's just a rock, heavy, grey, dull, and unremarkable, something you might kick aside without a second thought. But sometimes nature hides fortune in plain sight, buried in sediment, washed down a river, or scattered across a hillside. There are ordinary-looking stones that conceal astonishing treasures within. Crack the right one and suddenly color, crystal, even precious metals can appear, as if the earth has been quietly crafting secrets for millions of years. Today, we're diving into a world where the dull becomes dazzling, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Each rock, each fossil we uncover has a story, a hidden beauty, and the potential to transform a simple find into something worth thousands of dollars. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a rock the same way again. Here's a question to keep in mind as we go. Which of these hidden treasures would you dare to break open first? And just wait. The first transformation will completely change how you see what's under your feet. 10. Agatized coral. Agatized coral starts as a rough brown fossil, dull, dusty, music, and easily ignored. Millions of years ago, coral reefs thrived in shallow tropical seas. Over time, silica waters seeped into the coral skeleton, slowly replacing the organic structure with AgOT. The result, music, bright reds, oranges, and browns swirling in patterns that resemble molten lava frozen in time. Found in sedimentary reef deposits in Florida and Indonesia, these fossils range from small collectible slices for $30 to $200, music, to museum-quality specimens fetching thousands. Jewelry makers prize them for cabochons, collectors for display, and metaphysical enthusiasts, music, believe they carry the ocean's energy. Could you imagine walking past such a masterpiece without noticing? And if you think coral is surprising, thunder eggs will completely redefine what you think about ordinary volcanic rocks. Goodness. 9. Thunder eggs. Thunder eggs start out as ordinary heavy gray stones. Music, rough, dusty, and completely unremarkable at first glance. They blend perfectly into volcanic landscapes, the kind of rocks most people would never think twice about. But the moment you crack one open, everything changes. Millions of years ago, violent volcanic eruptions buried the land in ash. As that ash hardened into rhyolite, it trapped gas pockets deep inside the rock. Music, over time, silica-rich fluids slowly seeped into these cavities. In total darkness, crystals, music, form layer by layer. When the stone finally splits, hidden chambers of music, AgOT, quartz, and sometimes deep purple amethyst are revealed, music, swirling, banded, and perfectly enclosed, like a secret locked away for millions of years. Music, found in the volcanic regions of Oregon, Nevada, and Mexico, thunder eggs can sell for $25 to $50 as small slices, while large, well-scented specimens can reach $1,500 or more. Collectors prize the mystery inside. Lapidary artists slice them open for jewelry and display. Music and experienced rock hunters know the rule. Rounded shapes, unusual weight, or faint surface cracks often signal a treasure waiting to be broken open. 7. Turquoise nodules. Turquoise nodules begin as plain, muddy brown stones. Music, dusty, rough, and easy to overlook in dry desert ground. At first glance, there's nothing to suggest value, but crack one open and bright blue-green veins suddenly flash through the rock, branching and swirling in patterns that feel almost intentional. Millions of years ago, mineral-rich groundwater moved through copper-bearing sedimentary deposits. As that water circulated, it slowly replaced parts of the host rock with turquoise, sealing vibrant color inside an otherwise ordinary shell. The result is a hidden gemstone network locked away until the stone is finally broken open. Music, found in Arizona, Nevada, Iran, and China, small turquoise pieces can sell for $5 to $50 per carat, while rare nodules with intense color and tight veining can fetch hundreds of dollars. Jewelers carve them into cabochons. Collectors prize natural nodules for display, and many believe the stone carries protective and creative energy. Music, imagine walking past a rock like this, never knowing what was hidden inside. 6. Ocean picture stone. From the outside, it's just dull brown jasper. Music, but when cut, a natural scene appears. Waves, clouds, or even landscapes captured perfectly in stone. These formed in sedimentary jasper deposits over millions of years with minerals settling in patterns that mimic natural scenery. Music, found in Wyoming and Australia, prices range from $50 to $500 depending on size and clarity. Artists, collectors, and meditation enthusiasts prize them. 5. Septarian, music, nodules. Septarian nodules begin as cracked, muddy brown stones. Dry, heavy, and completely unremarkable on the surface. They look like nothing more than broken mudstone. But split one open, and the transformation is instant. Inside, bright yellow calcite fractures spread through grey limestone in sharp geometric patterns that resemble dragon scales locked in stone. These nodules formed millions of years ago in sedimentary clay deposits. As the mud dried and shrank, cracks formed, later filling with mineral-rich fluids that crystallized into calcite and limestone. What looks dull and lifeless outside hides a perfectly structured interior shaped by time and pressure. Found in Utah and Canada, septarian nodules sell for $10 to $200, depending on size, symmetry, and color contrast. Polished, they become striking display pieces. Left rough, they tease the intricate art concealed inside. Could you tell what this stone was hiding before it was split open? Next up, ironstone concretions. Rusty, heavy rocks that sometimes hide veins of crystals or even gold. 6. Ironstone concretions. Rusty rocks that hide treasure. Ironstone looks heavy, reddish-brown and unremarkable. But inside, mineral veins, crystals, and sometimes fossils lie waiting. They formed in sedimentary iron-rich deposits over millions of years, slowly building hidden beauty from simple minerals. Found in the USA, small pieces sell for $20 to $300, while rare specimens fetch more. Polished, they become collectible art pieces. Imagine cracking one open and revealing something you never expected. And if you think that's amazing, wait until the fossils. Some ordinary-looking stones hide jewels that are millions of years old. 7. Fossils. Ancient gems. Fossils don't always look valuable. Many appear as dull brown stones, heavy, cracked, and easy to dismiss. But split the right one open and the reveal can be breathtaking. Some fossils like ammonites hide something extraordinary beneath their rough spirals. On the outside they look lifeless and ordinary. Inside, pressure and mineralization can transform the shell into ammonite. Layers of iridescent red, green, and blue that shimmer when cut and polished. What was once a simple sea creature becomes a gemstone formed by time. Then there are opalized fossils, and these are even rarer. In certain sedimentary environments, ancient bones, shells, and even entire creatures were slowly replaced by precious opal instead of turning to stone. Crack one open and flashes of fire explode across the surface. Reds, blues, and greens glowing from material that lived millions of years ago. It's not a coating. The fossil itself is opal. Found in Canada, the United States, and especially Australia, ammonites and opalized fossils can sell for $50 to well over $5,000, depending on size, color play, and preservation. Collectors prize their deep history. Jewelers turn them into statement pieces, and museums display them as proof that nature can turn life itself into gemstone. Imagine breaking open a rock and finding color that's been waiting since prehistoric oceans. Halfway through and, clear's throat, jade boulders will make you question what an ordinary river stone can hide. 8 Jade boulders, the gemstone of kings. Jade boulders often sit unnoticed in riverbeds and mountain streams. Smooth, gray, and heavy like any other worn stone shaped by water. Nothing about them suggests value. But split the right boulder open and the inside tells a completely different story. Translucent green deuterite appears glowing softly as light passes through it. Dense, flawless, and incredibly rare. These stones form deep within metamorphic zones where extreme pressure and heat slowly transform buried rock into jade over millions of years. What looks dull and lifeless on the outside can conceal one of the most prized gemstones in human history. Found primarily in Guatemala and China, clear's throat, jade boulders range from $50 for low-grade material to tens of thousands or even millions for high-quality jadeite. When cut and polished, slices reveal rich green color and a smooth, almost waxy glow that made jade the gemstone of emperors and kings. Imagine lifting an ordinary river stone, never realizing it could be worth a fortune inside. And if you think jade is impressive, the next rock didn't form on Earth at all. It fell from outer space. 9. Meteorites. Rocks from space. Meteorites often look like ordinary dull black or rusty rocks. Heavy, rough, and easy to overlook. But crack one open and the hidden story of the cosmos appears inside. Whitmanstatin patterns stretch across the metal like frozen lightning. Olivine crystals sparkle and tiny chondrules reveal the intense processes that shaped these rocks over billions of years. These stones traveled millions of miles through space before landing on Earth, forming strewn fields in the United States, Antarctica, and other regions. What seems lifeless outside is actually a record of cosmic collisions, molten cores, and stellar fire locked inside a rock. Collectors, scientists, and jewelers prize meteorites for their rarity and the astonishing patterns inside. Prices range from $10 per gram for common types to over $1,000 per gram for extraordinary specimens. Imagine splitting a rock open and holding a piece of the universe in your hands, a treasure older than Earth itself. And finally, rutated quartz, golden threads hiding in plain sight. 10. Rutilated quartz. Golden threads in ordinary crystal. Rutilated quartz may look like ordinary cloudy quartz at first, pale, milky, and easy to overlook, but split it open. And hidden inside, clear's throat, are golden rut needles. Thin threads that sparkle like strands of sunlight frozen in crystal. Each stone is unique with patterns twisting, crossing, or radiating in intricate designs. These needles formed millions of years ago in pegmatite deposits in Brazil and India as titanium-rich fluids wove their way through growing quartz. What seems plain outside can hide a miniature work of art created deep within the earth over vast spans of time. Collectors and jewelry makers prize rutilated quartz for its natural beauty and rarity. Prices range from $5 to $100 per carat depending on the clarity of the quartz and the density of golden threads. Imagine cracking open a stone that looks unremarkable only to find it filled with shimmering golden patterns hidden for millions of years. And now think back. Which of these hidden treasures would you dare to crack open first? But this isn't about luck. Real gem hunters read the clues. Black sand can signal gold or sapphires. Kimberlite can mean diamonds. River pebbles can hide jade or opal. Nature always leaves hints. You just have to know how to see them. Because once you do, every stone you've ever walked past suddenly feels suspicious. The ones people call ugly, ordinary, and worthless are often disguises for gemstones worth more than gold. Music, for centuries, those who search for gems have kept these secrets hidden. Knowledge passed from one prospector to another, whispered but never shouted. Because if too many people knew the truth, the world of gem hunting would change forever. Today, we'll step into that hidden world. By the end, you'll see rocks differently. You'll wonder if the dull stones you ignore every day are hiding something extraordinary, and you'll understand exactly why gem hunters don't want you to know this. Chapter 1. The rocks you walk past. Every day on the surface, the world looks ordinary. Music, granite cliffs, black volcanic stones, dull quartz veins. Nothing special. But to those who know the signs, these are the starting points of treasure hunts. Take granite. To most people, it's just building material. Gray, speckled, lifeless. Yet granite often forms beside pegmatites, veins where gemstones like topaz, tourmaline, and sapphire grow. Hidden in the cracks of boring rock, flashes of blue or green signal riches waiting to be discovered. Basalt is another disguise. Dark, rough, and heavy, it covers volcanic fields across the world. Music, farmers push it aside without a second thought. But beneath certain basalts are kimberlite, music, pipes. The ancient volcanic channels where diamonds are born. An entire fortune can rest inside what looks like nothing more than cracked black stone. Even quartz, so common it seems worthless, hides secrets. Cloudy veins in canyon walls often conceal purple amethyst or golden citrine inside. Music, to the untrained eye, it's just another rock. But when broken open, the sparkle tells a different story. Gem hunters walk past these same stones, but they don't dismiss them. They look closer. And in that small difference in noticing what others ignore, fortunes are made. Chapter 2. The language of stones. Gem hunters see the earth differently. To them, rocks speak a hidden language. A shine here, a fracture there, a flash of color in the sun. All clues. A greasy luster on an otherwise dull pebble. That could be a rough diamond. A rainbow shimmer across a gray surface after rain. A sign of opal beneath the skin, a hexagon imprint inside a plain-looking crystal. That's corundum, the mineral family of sapphires and rubies. These signs are invisible to most people. Music, and gem hunters prefer it that way because once you understand the language of stones, every landscape transforms into a treasure map. Streams become trails of clues, hillsides become vaults, and every pebble, music, becomes a possibility. That's why gem hunting is not just about luck. It's about knowledge. Music, the more you know, the more you see. And the more you see, the less ordinary the world becomes. Chapter 3. Fortunes. Hidden in plain sight. Throughout history, ordinary people have stumbled upon stones that change their lives. In Australia, a man digging fence posts pulled out a lump of rough rock. Music, it sat ignored in a barn for weeks. But one sunset revealed flashes of blue and green dancing across its surface. It was opal worth over $80,000. In the United States, a farmer moved aside a heavy gray boulder in his field. For years, it was nothing but an annoyance until a geologist identified it as sapphire-bearing corundum. The crystals inside were large enough to cut into jewels that would fetch thousands each. In Africa, children playing by a river pocketed smooth pebbles, believing they were toys. Those pebbles turned out to be raw garnets, blood red, music, and valuable. What was worthless in appearance became priceless in reality. Stories like these reveal nature's trick. Music, the most extraordinary treasures are often wrapped in the most ordinary skins, music, and they reveal why gem hunters guard their secrets. Because chance discoveries threaten to expose what they'd rather keep hidden. Chapter 4. Nature's Trickery. Why does nature hide beauty inside ugliness? The answer lies in the violence beneath our feet. Deep in the earth, heat and pressure twist minerals into new forms. Carbon hardens into diamond. Silica transforms into opal. Trace elements like chromium and titanium turn crystals fiery red or deep blue. But these gems don't appear polished and shining. They form inside host rocks, protective shells that look ordinary, music, even ugly. Kimberlite, cracked and greenish, is the world's most important diamond host. Petrified wood, dull and fossilized, often hides glowing opal and jasper inside. Even limestone, soft and chalky, sometimes conceals crystalline geodes. It's nature's favorite disguise, a worthless shell guarding a priceless core. And it means that to find gemstones, you must look beyond appearances. Chapter 5. Stones they hope you ignore. Across the world, there are certain rocks gem hunters desperately hope you overlook. Schist, flaky and dull, seems unremarkable. But within it, garnets grow like red seeds. Some worthless, some worth a small fortune. Black sands, those heavy deposits along rivers, look like nothing more than grit. But prospectors know they're loaded with minerals. And wherever black sands settle, gold, sapphires, and even diamonds may not be far. River pebbles, smooth and grey, look like the least valuable of stones. Yet, in the right conditions, they hide veins of opal that glimmer when wet. For seconds, a rainbow reveals itself before vanishing again. Clear's throat and serpentine, greasy, greenish, often ignored, is sometimes jade in disguise. In Asia, jade was once valued above gold. Fortunes ride on stones most people would never glance at twice. That's why secrecy is so important. As long as people dismiss these rocks, gem hunters keep their advantage. Chapter 6. The Choice of the Finder. Imagine you're walking a trail. You spot a dull, heavy rock with a strange glimmer. You pick it up, curious. Most would toss it aside, but you pause. What if? You take it home, clean it, and realize it hides a gemstone worth $50,000. Now comes the question, would you sell it or keep it? This is the decision faced by countless accidental finders. Some cash out, trading mystery for money. Others hold on, cherishing the stone as proof of luck and wonder. Either choice carries weight. But one thing is certain. Clear's throat, once you've uncovered treasure in plain sight, the world never looks the same again. Clear's throat, Chapter 7. The Hidden War for Gems. For centuries, gem hunting has been built on secrecy. Not all secrets are born of greed. Some are born of survival. In Myanmar, ruby-rich valleys were once guarded by watchmen, forbidden to outsiders. In South Africa, diamond fields were hidden under lies and misdirection until prospectors secured control. In Madagascar, whispers of sapphire finds drew thousands overnight, leaving landscapes stripped bare. Knowledge is power. One revealed location can spark a rush that consumes everything. That's why gem hunters protect their maps, their methods, their stones. Every secret shared risks 1,000 hands reaching for the same prize, but cracks always appear. Ordinary people find extraordinary stones, and each discovery spreads the truth just a little further. The world is full of hidden gems waiting for anyone with the eyes to see. Next time you see an ugly rock, don't walk past it. Inside could be fossils, crystals, gemstones, or something formed billions of years ago. Most people ignore these stones. The question is, will you?